Hello, people. So, it's been a while since I video logged. We are going to condense everything from last Thursday. Did we go to the Radical last Thursday? Tuesday, we had the talk with Mas Iqbal. And then we didn't do anything the 20th. Then we went to the Radical on the 21st because we went to the Radical and then we went to the Healer dude. Cool. All right. So everything from the 21st. So I chilled out with a radical Muslim. His answers were calculated. I saw it coming. And then he gave me a compliment and told me that I reminded him of Belinda Ali. That's pretty much it. I almost passed out. I was just sleeping with my eyes open. He knows English. Um, yeah. Oh, and I had wrap photos on Facebook. Let's see. Then Friday I ain't do nothing. Sorry. Let me speak normally. Friday, I didn't do a thing because I was tired and the snog was getting to me. So I ate breakfast. I went to sleep accidentally for about 4.5 hours, and then I woke up again, had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, sorry, back up. Thursday, we also went to go see a healer, like a Islamic healer, and he rubs your feet and he figures out like what's wrong with you. I know, right? And there's this stuff that feels like being gay. I don't know. It was weird. He told me to. He's like, "Do you have cold sweats?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Sometimes he's like, "It's cholesterol. You need to protect your heart. Don't." He's like, "Don't eat any salty foods. No goat or sheep." And I was like, "No, bah." He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh." It's like beef and chicken. Um, and I was just like, "Okay." And then he gives me these pills. Let me show you these pills. He gives me these pills, and he writes my name on it. It's like 1x2, so like take them twice, or take two one time a day. And it's like Malam Jan Jan Jan. I was gonna say two of them before I go to bed. I was like, what? He's like, or bananas. Banana. Like, no, I don't eat bananas. I don't do bananas, boo. What are you gonna do? Hey, we all have our vices. I don't eat bananas. He chain smokes, and he's a healer. But he was actually he is in his 50s, and this man looks like he's like 30. Excuse me, 39. Would you give him 39, Bailey? 39. Oh, he's 53. He started by eating one meal a day of a boiled egg and a cup of coconut milk. He was 13. And he just kept up with that diet. He sleeps 2 or 3 hours a night. At midnight, he like wakes up and prays and meditates, and that's where he gets his healing power from. He was like everything else. He just was like, she's good. I was like, wow. I was like, don't worry, I'm not gonna be eating like this all the time. He's like, yeah, because sometimes I reuse the oil. Now, most people would just be like, oh, they reuse the oil. Nasi goreng, bring it on. Not me, because when you have a food allergy, hearing reuse and oil are three words that just don't mix. I was like, Vox, what? Reuse? Like reduce, reuse, and possibly kill somebody? That's not cool. But it's Indonesia. It's a little scary though, because what if I want to get nasi goreng one day? And I'm like, oh yes, of course I want to eat fried rice. And then that rice is fried in oil that somewhere along the way fried something that touched corn. My throat will close. Y'all know I don't speak no Indonesian. Or, although, it would be a good reason for me to go and chill with the nuns because I love nuns. Just wait it. Alright, so then Friday. Oh no, I just told you about Friday. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't feel like doing anything Friday. And then Saturday, I also didn't do anything. Yeah, we had a dinner. No, we didn't have a dinner. Huh? We didn't. We didn't do anything Saturday, and I felt great. Um, Although we did have a movie night, which was fun. We watched Thor as a group. Oh, that Chris Hemsworth. I, I know. I know. I kind of went on a rant about Chris Hemsworth in the last video, but that Chris Hemsworth. I mean, just that man brings a tear to my eye just thinking about it. My roommate looks at me like I'm crazy, but at the end of the day, she goes to sleep before me. Mm-hmm. Stop looking. It's all love. It's all. We don't threaten each other here in Indonesia. It's all love in Indonesia. Saturday we went to the movies again, and this time we saw Brave. And I really wanted to see Prometheus, but they only had 3D, so then we just saw Brave, and it was absolutely amazing for a cartoon. I was like, "Go, little Irish girl, go!" She's like, "My name is her name Meredith." Yeah, she's like, "My name is Meriden, firstborn of the Bear Clan, and I'm here to fight for my own hand in marriage." And she's an archerist, obviously, so she's like, chicka, 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 and she like goes, she hits the bullseye perfectly. She goes through the last arrow, splits it in half, and just, oh. And I was like, Merida, you have shamed me. And she like goes running off. I'm not gonna tell the whole story because I have a couple younger cousins that are watching this video and they really, really, really want to go see it with me. So it's a good movie and we are gonna see it when I get home. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I saw that, and then I decided I wanted to walk up and down to. Well, Avalon and I were like, let's walk up and down to Lon Solo. And Bailey walked with us for a little bit, and then she went back. And then we like kept walking, and it was like interesting to kind of see Jill Solo at night. There's this grocery store called Super Indo, and I promise you, it's Food Lion, but like cleaner, like a Food Lion that's clean like Harris Teeter, but it's not like Bloom. Hard to describe. I'll post photos of it later. Um, then we walked back, and we went to Malioboro. We did the ancient Japanese art of karaoke. Yeah, and we had the whole karaoke bar to ourselves. And I really wanted to sing Hero by Mariah Carey, but they didn't have it. They had Queen's version of Hero. We did do We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. We are the champions, my friends. So funny because I was really, really rocking it. Um, I also have photos of that. It was a fun night. I sang some Lady Gaga songs, not because I like Lady Gaga, but because it was the only thing I knew the words to. So, um, and then we like Avalon and I were the last ones to leave. We just like got in a taxi and left. Um, and then so that was Sunday night. Yesterday, we went to a Warang with a doctor who works at the Ahmadiyya Hospital. His daughter, who's going to grad school at NC State, and a few other people, like a couple who lives in North Carolina, originally from Milwaukee. I say that because I was like, oh yeah, they're from North Carolina, and I was like, yeah, North Carolina has really changed in the last 10 years, right? And they're like, we moved here in 2002 to Salida, and I'm like, oh, but it's changed, yes. Like, Salida Springs is such a same. Bailey, however, she was fun in a bottle last night. Oh, fun in a bottle. She was just like, I was like, Bailey, they're from North Carolina. She's like, I was like, whoa. She's like walked away. She's like, they moved to North Carolina. I was like, ooh, she's mad. Oh, she ran. It was so funny though. And then, okay, she accidentally. The remote in our room for the air conditioner is crazy. You try and pick it up, the thing does not come out. It's like a little. Because I struggle getting it out most nights and days. But Haley accidentally flicks it and it just goes flying. Like, batteries are like, bang. She's like, ah. Like, oh. And Bentang means star. So I was like, look at Bentang, Betty. It's so funny, though. Because you're a star, boo boo. You are a star. Just right the first. Anyways, they ordered a lot of stuff for us at the Warren. Like, for us. Like, she's like, does anybody have food allergy? And I'm like, corn. And then 3 dishes come to the table with corn in it. And ain't no extra silverware. As my sister would say, I know, I practice my neck roll, Jaya. Aren't you proud? There was no extra silverware, like no forks. Extra. No extra spoons. And I know it's a Wadong, and it's not like a fancy schmancy restaurant, but when it comes to my life, how do you say, don't play those games? Because I'm about YOLO, and I'm not trying to be like a you dead oh, and like, I don't know. Anyways, so I didn't eat much. So I went to Via Via. There's this tall, skinny waiter. And I was like, brother! He's like, American sister. So funny. I ordered a fantasy cup. Let me tell you about this thing. It's a pineapple. They dig the fruit out of it. Stuff it back with fruit. Put in ice cream. Chocolate sauce. Top it. Whoop, with a strawberry. And like the chocolate, like, gets down into the pineapple. Like, mixes with the ice cream. And it's like flowing out of it. All of my fantasies were fulfilled. I'll just say that right now. Okay. I wish it had been bigger because I kind of like ate it, but if it had been bigger, then like my experience would have lasted longer. And so obviously I'm like one for like long, drawn out occasions. That's why my videos are always so long. But it was fine. Like, I can deal with it. I can get with it because I got lost in that fantasy cup. You see what I did there? Get with it or get lost. Yeah, corny, but whatever. Um, yeah. So that was it. And then today was very eventful. Today we were supposed to go to Merapi. Oh, we were supposed to go to Merapi on Saturday, Monday. We were supposed to go to Merapi yesterday. Everybody is sick. Like, everybody was sick yesterday. I'm sneezing. Bailey's stomach hurt a little bit, but she hadn't told anyone. So we're the only two healthy ones. And y'all know how I look when I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I've got on like my sports top and my running pants. I'm like, yeah, what's up, shouting? I'm ready to and run as far up as I can because Merapi isn't actually an active volcano. It can erupt at any time. And you can't climb up to the top, as Dr. Miller says, because it has exploded. So there's a crater there. She was like, you can't go to the top because it's exploding and there's a crater there. She's just very calm when she tells us things. And I was just like, oh. And when she said it, it made me feel like it's not a real volcano. That maybe it's kind of like when you split up your mashed potatoes when you're little. You put out a little crater up top of your spoon and you pour some gravy in there. That's what I was hungry when she was talking, but that's what it made me. That's what I pictured. You know, you put the broccoli on top, on the sides like trees, and then you just like you use your peas dipped in gravy. Like, no one else did that. I know no one else did that. I was that cray. So what to do? But yeah, so we're all gonna go, and then it was just like, no, everybody wanted to go. We're not gonna go just two. So I said, Bailey, I'm really sneezing. Can I get an allergy pill? You would have thought she gave me drugs. I promise you, no lie. I took the allergy pill. She gave me a Zyrtec. That never works. She gives me a Zyrtec. I drink a bottle of water. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna lay down for an hour. I woke up 4 hours later, and like waking up, I was just kind of like, mm, mm. And I was just like laying there, and I was like, I thought I heard Michael Jackson singing to me, and I was just like, Michael? I was like, Michael Jackson is dead. And I'm like, oh, he must be on the TV, so I look at the TV. I'm like, either these Indonesian guys are singing You're Not Alone, or I'm tripping on acid, or Bailey's music is playing. So I look over, and Bailey is like, she's like typing up her journal. And I was just like, huh, I must not have been asleep that long because when I went to sleep, she was doing her journal. Or she was typing on her laptop at least. And I was like, hey. She's like, hey, you've been out for a while. And I'm like, no, not that much. I look at my phone. It's afternoon. He woke up at 7. I went back to sleep at 8. It was almost 1 o'clock. Shawty had passed out, but I could breathe. And I thank the good Lord because that's all that mattered. Hallelujah. Amen. Let the church say amen. Amen. So that was my day. Then today. Yeah, get to today before the 20-minute mark. Look at there. Today we got up. Well, Bailey got up and she went to Mount Morphe. But then Shelly went to museums, which is fine. She was gone pretty much the entire day, but it was cool. Um, I got up, went downstairs, had breakfast, came back upstairs. I was like, oh, I'll go back to sleep. I was like, duh, that's not a good idea. So instead, I did a little bit of writing, worked on some stuff that I've been needing to work on for like a year. It actually makes me sound like a major procrastinator. No, whatever. Um, and then, why did we leave the hotel? Oh, people wanted to go to dinner. We went to Via Via today. I saw my good friend Mata. Sama Sama, Operation Sama Sama. Check that video out. Yes, I saw our good friend Mata. We were talking, and he's like, chill, whatever. And then we went back to Via Via for dinner. Like, I dropped off some laundry, go back to Via Via for dinner, and he's just farting up a storm. And I was laughing. I was like, yeah, you're making Bailey blush. She's like, oh, really? I must be, I'm just that handsome. Yes. And I was just like, look at Mama trying to get feeling himself. Oh, okay. So as Grandma says, you smelling yourself now. And then he was like, am I that handsome? Baby's like, oh yeah, of course you're. He's like, so let me read your order. And he reads her order. He's like, ice. No, he's like large mineral water, um, Jaffa with chicken, cheese, pesto. What else did you want to? He's like French fries with mayonnaise and ketchup, tomato sauce, and a side of meat. Words cannot express how hard. The whole table was like, Bailey's face is red as Beetlejuice. She was red. She was red. She was redder than a strawberry, ripe for picking. She was red. Okay, red. That was a really country expression, by the way. Time. ECOD. I'm just kidding. 704. I'm just kidding. 336. I'm just kidding. 252. Ooh, not the 252. I'm just getting all North Carolina love. No, but he's so 828. Is that like Blue Ridge? Like Blue Ridge Park. It's in the mountains, like Asheville. I thought it was. Hey, you know what? America, go America. There we go. That's all I need. Yeah, no. John 3:16. I love my Bible jokes. Okay, all joking aside, he's like a side of me, and now, typically Mata flirts with me, and like we'll sit upstairs, and he'll walk downstairs, and as he's walking down, he stops and he turns and he looks like he looks back at me, and I'm always just kind of like, ah, I see you, you're still there, I still see you, like but I was like, all right, got one for Bailey. And then he left. And I texted him. I was like, "Where'd you go? We were looking for you." He's like, "Oh, I'm going home. Maybe I can take you out tonight around Jokja." And I was just like, "Oh no, we're going to the puppet show." Actually, no, scratch that. I was like, "Oh, on a motorbike?" He's like, "Yes, of course I own a motorbike." And I'm like, "No, I don't do motorbikes, boo. I don't do tricycles if I can help it." Although I do know how to ride a bike. And he was like, "Oh, weak, 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 weak. You so afraid?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm afraid. Because if something happens, you speak Indonesian. I speak the King's English. You know where to go to get help. I am not that well insured. You can get up and walk away. I don't know where I am. What are you gonna do?" So yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, "No, you can come to the Kraton," because we went to go see a puppet show, which I didn't know that the puppet show was the Ramayana, which is what we saw, like a live performance. Again, the Javanese way. So I paid 20,000 rupiah and I go into the Ramayana. And I was just like, ooh, I just paid $20,000 for something. 20,000 rupiah, not $20,000. I'm not balling like that. I'm like, ooh, I just paid 20,000 rupiah for something they already saw. But it's only $2 American. But it was still money that could have gone to a nice fight or something. I don't know. It was a little difficult. And then the puppets start fighting. And the way that they depict the puppets fighting is that one puppet takes the other puppet's head and it's supposed to like smash. I feel so dirty for I feel so dirty for saying this. I was never allowed to watch WWE. My mom didn't allow us to watch wrestling. No, we didn't watch commercials of it either. Yeah, she had us so we couldn't watch certain channels when she wasn't home. We also didn't have cable until I was 16. My mama said, "Money, didn't she?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, cable since I was 16. Dang." But as soon as we got cable, 16 pregnant started. I didn't need anything else. I VH1 and MTV all day, boo. I'm just kidding. I'm not really that down with the culture. No, okay, so anyways, long story short, we get there and I'm texting Mata and he's like, maybe he's like, oh, he tells me how far away like our street is from his house. He's like, because I live in a village, and I'm like, oh, that's cute, a village. So I would have been like 12 miles outside of the city, just chilling with you and your mama, and your daddy, your cousins, and your grandma. So you were trying to take me home. He trying to live a little American dream. So many jokes. Although it made me feel good. Like, because obviously if I went to the village, I would have to have met his family. So it's like at school, it's like, nobody ever would take me on a date or let me meet their parents. But, hey, went in Rome, went in Indonesia. But you don't fall in love on the Jersey Shore, you don't fall in love on an Indonesian shore. Even if you're in Central Java. Um, yeah, but that was interesting. I was like, oh no, I can't. He's like, and I was also just kind of like, he's like, maybe you can come out here another day to my village. I'm like, no, I can't because we're leaving Thursday. He says, oh, maybe we're not meant to meet again. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart. We need to hang out with little mama. We, as in like the whole group, I'm going to make everyone else come with me. Because, hey, you never know. Maybe one of these girls is destined to be with Mata. Plane ticket back and place to sleep when you are here. Bailey's shaking her head, but I saw the way he looked at her. Everybody looks at me like that. I don't. Don't make me sound like I'm self-absorbed. I have high self-esteem, but I'm not arrogant, and I'm not cocky or funny. I'm not. Oh, she's like smiling at me. I'm like, but I. but really, like, I'm not. But it's cool for that. No, anyways. So so we're at the show, and then I'm like, I'll just take pictures. There's this French dude beside me, and I'm in tears. And he sees that I'm laughing, and I realize that he even tried to like keep in like stay composed, and he just starts laughing. The whole row was just cracking up. The people that actually understood what was going on, they were not laughing. They were actually cutting looks at me. But I was like, hey, you know what? We all paid the same amount of money. If I'm gonna laugh and make this a comedy show, I'll laugh and make this a comedy show. Actually, no, I was actually afraid that they would be really pissed off. But they weren't. They all laughed, they smiled, and they waved. So I get up, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take pictures at the back because you can watch from the back, the front, or either side. And this man invites me to start like playing the instruments with them. So I played the instruments with them. It was so cool. I was like, look, mama, I made it. He's like, yo, man, and you study what? And I was like, oh my gosh. They these ladies are like singers. I took pictures of them. I took so many pictures. They're all on Facebook. I'll post them on here too. And then I decide that we are gonna walk down Malia Boulevard. So I asked the French guy, I'm like, are you going to Malia Boulevard? He's like, yes. It's like, oh, okay. He's tall. He's a man. He'll at least walk with us to Marlboro so we won't get like kidnapped or I don't know, have somebody like try and like throw us in a bake truck or on the back of a horse or something. Oh, we also met this guy who makes puppets. That's a completely separate video. Um, and so yeah, we're like on here, we're singing, and I'm like, I'm like, and I will always love you. Like we're singing that as we're walking down the street. And Bailey's like, all right, you guys, pull it together, bring it together. Too much attention on us. And I'm like, oh, Bailey, it's one life to live. Yeah, well. She was not feeling it though, but it was for good reason. And the rich guy is like walking with us, and I start taking pictures on statues and monuments. Oh, it must be Liz Spring Buckler. So I start taking pictures in, on, around, standing near monuments. Those are funny. And this man comes up as Liz is taking pictures of me. This man comes up. He's like, "She black. She black." He's pointing at me, and I'm like, "What's wrong? What's black? What's black? My pants are black." She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, but she black girl." And she's like, "Yeah." So he takes like 4 or 5 photos of me with like 2 or 3 different poses. I was like, this don't seem right. He's like, where are you from? And I was like, America? He's like, you're studying here. I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, where are you from? He's like, Maluku. And I was like, the Spice Islands. And I reached my hand up and he goes for the high five. I got so many high fives today. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous and hilarious. So that was fun. And I was like, yeah. He's like, yes, okay. Bye, bye. Thank you, thank you. And then Liz told me that he was saying she black, like I was black, I'm a black girl. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what's doing it. I don't know. It's like I'm a celebrity when I walk down the street or something. It's crazy. So we get to my labor. I see a guy with a fro. Take a picture with him. I'm just snapping pictures with all kinds of people. And I see a group of Papuan boys. And I'm like, maaf, mas bro. Like, photo. One guy looks, he's like, yeah, photo. And I'm like, come. And then the rest of his friends are like standing there. I'm like, you're all Papuan. Get in this picture. Papuan in America. Let's take a photo. And so we're taking pictures. And while we were walking down the street, there were people like talking to us and stuff. But I was like ignoring them because I didn't know if they were like asking me to like buy food or get in a big truck or what. And this man, who I realized when I took the picture with the guy with the fro, was standing near him, had walked with us up the street and jumped in my photo. I was like, okay. But then I took another one and he was like right behind me. I was like, oh, okay. So that was entertaining. Um, and then the French guy was ahead of us and we ran into a taxi and made our way back to Prawi Rotaman, which is just the name of our street, number one, because there are 2. Then, you know, Bailey and I went to the E-Mart, and the guy at the E-Mart graduated from UGM, which is Universitas Gajah Mada. It's like the Harvard of Indonesia, by the way. And he graduated from there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, maybe we'll be friends." I was like, "Are you the only child?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just the only child." I'm like, "I'll be your sister." He's like, "Yeah." I gave him a high five. I gave people high fives all day. I made a joke about grandma because the word for grandma is ba, and Bailey's name is like Bailey, but I guess you would pronounce it like ba if you didn't know. And he was like, "Ba, no." Oh, and he initiated the high five. But it was at Bailey's expense. And I apologize, and I know she knows what it was. I was just joking. She's not mad. Yeah. So that was the last 5 days. I was successful. Tomorrow we're going to Marathi, and that'll be fun. And there we go. Thanks for tuning in. And if anyone wants a gift, please let me know before July 2nd.